A couple days ago, some of you might remember that I was doing a live stream on YouTube trying to decide what sneakers to cop with my remaining GOAT credit. And if you were a part of that live stream or watched that video after the fact, you know one of the sneakers that I'm unboxing today. But what I didn't tell you guys is that a day later I actually ended up ordering another pair off GOAT, and the other pair that I ordered on the live stream actually isn't here yet. So we've got two pairs of sneakers. One of them you might know what they are, and the other one is kind of a surprise. So why don't you guys stay home, sit down, and unbox some sneakers with me. What's up everybody, I'm Seth Fowler, and today I've got two sneakers to unbox from the GOAT app. But before we actually get into the unboxings themselves, I want to give a huge thank you to the sponsor of today's video, me. As most of you probably know if you've been following my channel over the last couple months, I'm actually designing a sneaker with the brand We Are Underdogs, and now we're officially releasing it. The pre-orders of the Seth Fowler We Are Underdogs Origin sneaker have been up for a couple weeks, and I want to give a huge thank you to every single one of you guys who already pre-ordered a pair, and especially to the first 100 people who are getting the numbered pair, because you guys are awesome. I mean, all you guys are awesome, but the first 100 pairs, the numbered pairs, actually sold out within 6 hours of the pre-orders going live, which for a small brand is nuts. I can't believe it. But next week, we are officially putting in the order to the factory. So if you want to grab a pair of these and you haven't grabbed a pair yet, make sure to hit that pre-order link in the top of the description. We will actually be ordering a couple extra pairs, so when the shoe officially launches, you will be able to grab some pairs online, but I don't know what sizes we're going to order or if they'll be sold out by that point. So if you want to guarantee that you're going to grab a pair of these in your size, make sure to check out that pre-order link. And of course, if you haven't seen the whole process on how this sneaker was made and all the incredible materials and the manufacturing that goes into this sneaker, make sure to check out the video where I went over to Portugal and checked out the whole manufacturing process in the link in the description below. Wow, that was a mouthful. But enough of the Seth Fowler We Are Underdogs Origin. Let's get into the actual sneaker unboxing. So this first pair is the pair from GOAT that I didn't tell you guys that I ordered because I actually ordered it after the fact. And to be honest with you, it may be exciting to some people, but the only reason I grabbed it was because I had leftover credit and I just wanted to see it in person because I haven't seen this shoe in person yet. I realize that's not a great reason to buy a pair of sneakers, but at the end of the day, I'm a sneaker channel, so still not a great reason actually. So let's cut this box open and see what we've got. I'm not trying to mention Scary Knife today because every time I mention it, I almost cut myself. Of course, by doing that, I just mentioned it, so I'm probably gonna cut myself today. Great. Inside the box, we have got, what you can probably already tell is a pair of Yeezy Boost. This is so difficult to do with one hand. Yeezy Boost 350 V2s. Oh shoot, I think I actually dented the box. Shouldn't have done that. Okay, let's open this box up and see which pair we got. Okay, actually better in person than I expected. I'm not sure why GOAT threw in 2 GOAT stickers this time and also 2 quality control things, but whatever. Actually 3 GOAT stickers. Nice. I don't need those, I have a million of those, but. So this shoe is officially known as the Adidas Yeezy Boost 350 V2 Earth, and the colorway is Earth, Earth, Earth. Super creative on that one. Good job, Kanye and Adidas. I'm being a dick, I don't know why I'm doing that. Honestly, when the sneaker first came out, I didn't like it. I just didn't like the way that it looked. I felt like it was too brown. Which I realize, it's a brown shoe, it's gonna be brown, but now that I'm actually seeing it in person, I'm realizing it's a lot closer to the tan 350 V1s. Not the Moon Rocks. Yeah, the tans. They're the tans, right? Man, it's been so long since I've looked at pairs of 350 V1s. Oxford tan, that's what it was. These look like the Oxford tan V2s. And because of that, I'm actually kind of drawn to them. There's something about that nostalgia factor which I really like, and I also like the fact that it kind of looks like caramel a little bit. It actually looks like it would smell like caramel, but I think it just smells like, yeah, glue. Smells like glue. The Yeezy Boost 350 V2 Earth was part of a regional release, and this colorway released in the Americas. There were 2 other colorways, the Taillight, which was primarily gray with an orange accent on the heel, kind of like a taillight. It looked a lot like a pair that released last year, which was also a regional release. But then there was also sort of this yellowish pair that released, I believe, in Asia that again looked like another pair that we had gotten last year. And to be honest, I feel like we probably got the most unique pair out of the bunch. This shoe is really one of those sneakers that looks so different when you see it in person versus when you see it on the screen. It's got a much more subtle look to it. It's not as like in your face as I thought it was from pictures on adidas.com and like sneaker websites. It's subtle, it's clean, it's simple. I really like it. For some reason on this colorway, I think I could have done without the sort of glossy stripe on the side. I feel like that brings too much attention to the side of the sneaker. I would have been fine with the entire sneaker just looking like this, kind of like the Sesames. You know what I would actually like the most though? If they actually gave some pairs of V2s that V1 pattern, like that weird sort of almost like static pattern. I feel like that's really cool. I'm sure I can find an artist rendering of that somewhere. I'm sure that exists. In fact, I'm pretty sure I've seen it. A majority of the upper of the shoe comes in prime knit, and it all comes in the same shade of earth, we'll call it. It doesn't doesn't have any color variation except for on the stripe. Also, the stitching running down the center of the shoe no longer has that X pattern on it. It's got 2 parallel lines, which I think we also saw on the cinders. Of course, you've got the pull tab in the heel with no accent stitching, and then you've got this sort of like old dark chocolate look on the inside of the shoe with this sort of grayish dark brown. The midsole and the outsole of the sneaker are pretty interesting and somewhat different from some of the previous 350 V2s, and that's because instead of using semi-translucent rubber like they usually use, instead they're using a completely opaque rubber, which means you can't see through it at all. The rubber panels on the side come in sort of a matte light brown, and then on the bottom you've got a darker brown accented by this interesting hit of bright yellow. Not sure why they did that, but it's there, so deal with it. Of course, like every other pair of 350 V2s, you've got a full-length boost midsole, which makes the ride of this sneaker really soft and really comfortable. So at this point, why don't I throw these guys on feet and see how they fit? Although they probably will fit just like every other pair of 350 V2s.
Perfect. Perfect.
Yep, just like every other pair of 350 V2s. And to be honest with you, I think I've changed my mind on this sneaker. I think I'm a little late to the party with this one, but it's a pretty clean 350 V2. But now I'm over it, so let's move on to the next shoe. So as I mentioned, this is the shoe that I ordered on the live stream. I think this is the second shoe that I ordered and not the first one. So now you guys know exactly what it is. Actually, you'll probably know from the title and the thumbnail, but. So both of these shoes I used 1-day instant ship for, and the other pair that I ordered, I used 4 to 6 day instant ship because I didn't have 1 day available. So that pair is coming from, I don't know where, and it's not even shipped yet, so we'll see how long it takes for that one to get here, even though I use instant ship, which is kind of annoying, but it is what it is. But this is a pair that I'm really excited about, so let's pop the top and see what we've got. I'm stoked for this one. So as you can see, we've got a pair of Jordan 1 mids, or at least you can tell by the box, because if it was a pair of highs, it would come in that more red and black box. The colorway of this pair is Sail Light Bone String Shimmer, and the retail price was 120 bucks. So let's see what we've got. Very nice. Wow, this is a lot cleaner in person. Oh man, look at that. Jordan Brand has been really turning the mids around this year. This shoe is the Air Jordan 1 Mid Milan, which I believe only had a European release. In fact, I think it might have only released in Italy. And like I was saying, Jordan Brand has really been revamping their mids, and this is honestly one of the cleanest mids I've seen since the Edison Chens from last year. Well, I mean, there's been a lot of mids, but this is the only one that's really been on my radar other than the Edison Chens. This shoe is fire. It's so subtle, but it's so clean. This is not like a colorway of a shoe that I would usually rock, but together all the different shades of grays and creams and sort of salmons, they make a really clean sneaker. So the Air Jordan 1 Mid Milan released back on February 22nd, I believe, and the sneaker is designed to sort of pay homage to Italy and sort of the design culture of Italy, because as I'm sure a lot of you guys know, the Air Jordan 2 was originally manufactured in Italy. The shoe features tons of different materials and paneling. In fact, almost every panel of the shoe has a different material on it, and I've got to say, even though the colorway is subtle, the sneaker itself really, really pops. I've got a lot of sneakers in my collection that I've been wanting to wear, that I just got in over the last month, that I literally haven't been able to wear for anything else than walking the dog or going to the grocery store, which I've been mainly ordering Amazon, so haven't even been doing that. But enough of the depressing stuff. Let's get back to the sneaker itself. This shoe is flames. It's super hot fire, and it's burning my hands. It's so hot. The panels that are actually sticking out to me the most are the panels around the heel and the panels around the toe. They have this sort of ribbed 3D texture, which reminds me a lot of that Louis Vuitton leather that isn't actually leather, but it's think of that Louis Vuitton Supreme collaboration. A few of the pieces in that collaboration had this sort of texture to them. Also that tumbled salmon pink, man. That color is so sick. I love it. You've got some sort of semi-gloss white leather on the midfoot, some gray leather on the Nike swoosh. You've got suede on the toe, suede around the eyelids. You've got some sort of canvas around the top of the ankle, and then mesh on the sock liner of the shoe. And overall, it really gives this shoe a unique look. Even though the colorway isn't that crazy, the actual texture and the feel of this shoe is definitely different, and I love that about it. You can actually grab this pair there for resale right now for $80 to $100 over retail, which is really not bad, especially when that's only like 200 or like 220 bucks. I really am genuinely surprised by how underrated this sneaker is. I know it's like a regional release, so a lot of people in the US just didn't even have the option to buy it, but you would think that the resale price would be higher. It's a sick pair of sneakers, man. I'm really excited to rock these. The insole of the shoe kind of looks like a dark pink or maybe like a reddish brown. It's different. I like it. Man, overall, I'm stoked on these. I'm really, really hyped to rock these. But at this point, why don't I throw these guys on feet and see how they look and see how they feel.
Perfect.
So as you probably would have expected, the Air Jordan 1 mids fit pretty much true to size like every other pair of Air Jordan 1 mids. That's what I would recommend grabbing if you are grabbing a pair of these. I think they fit great. I love the way they look, and I'm really stoked to add these to my collection. I'm still considering whether I want to do a full review of this pair of sneakers or not, so let me know if you want to see one in the comment section down below. But that pretty much wraps up the unboxing for today. Thank you so much for staying home and unboxing these sneakers with me. It really means a lot that you guys are watching my videos during this kind of crazy time. I really appreciate it. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'll see you all in the next one.